What's up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel, The Unpopular Party, hosted by me, Malik Taylor. And today, we are going to be talking about the scam, the exposure, I don't even know what to call this, a bad boys club. And you're probably thinking I'm talking about Zeus Bad Boys Club, and I am at some point, but I'm going to talk about a version of Bad Girls Club that I know a lot of you youngins probably don't know about. I'm going to be talking about a version of Bad Boys Club that was supposed to hit the scene in around 2015, 2014. Oh yes, this is like a time capsule video, so just sit back, enjoy, and make sure you subscribe to this channel. Thank you guys so much for all the love and support you guys send my way. I really do greatly appreciate it. And without further ado, let's just hop straight into this video. Now, I know a lot of you kids, y'all see the Bad Boys Club that's going on now on Zeus Network, but I got introduced to a version of it a long time ago. It was when it was speculations that one was happening. Of course, the center of this is none other than Miss Natalie Nunn herself. Listen, the ongoing thing that you're gonna hear a lot is me talking about how Natalie wanted to have her own stuff. She wanted to produce her own stuff. I remember on the Oxygen Network, she tried to get her spinoff, I Run LA.
So we're hitting the town with Hollywood's newest it girl, and she's showing up for real life.
If you're an independent woman, you're gonna do what you want to do.
Her real friend.
This is my best friend.
And of course, her town.
I run LA. I run LA. I run LA.
What else would we call it? But I run LA.
I believe it was green light, but it didn't go too far. And the same thing happened with Bad Boys Club. Now, Natalie and them, they've been pitching for a Bad Boys Club to happen for X amount of years, but Oxygen just felt like at the time it just wasn't marketable. They just felt like boys was boring. So many words, boys are boring. Like, yeah, they may fight, they may scrap, they may do all this stuff, but eventually, back in the day, eventually they'll just make up. It is what it is. It's just not a lucrative, they're not just as catty. Now, nowadays, you know, so many bad boys and playboys and stuff, they get active, they get active. But you just didn't really just see that a lot back in the day when shows were just full of guys. So that's when Natalie was like, okay, well, I'm gonna take this into my own hand. So Natalie legit tried to get her own version of the Bad Boys Club started. And before we got to Zeus Network, in 2014, Natalie Nunn was partnered with this team at LAA Media. Now let's talk about one of the creators of LAA Media, Ola, okay? This was the original Lemmy Palmer when Lemmy was just a twinkle in Zeus Network eye. This man, he was an entrepreneur that used to be around some like high-end people, or just used to always be around like certain reality stars, Jocelyn Hernandez herself. So it wouldn't take long before his company linked up with Natalie Nunn. And from there, she would film little stuff for the media people. I remember she had filmed this little vintage for some Venus show. I don't know. I'm not sure it premiered. I'm not sure if any of his shows actually premiered. I could be wrong, but I never knew of his network or any of his shows taking off, but just put it in there. But that little snippet, that started a working relationship with them. Next thing you know, you see Sarah, Judy, Flo, and Natalie all starting to film stuff with this company. They were coming on board to do a pilot video.
I'm a star, I'm a star, I'm a star, and we don't know who you are.
If you're wondering what their promo was for, allegedly Natalie was supposed to have a talk show. Yeah, a tea party talk show. Ain't that something? And they were all helping and promoting Olaf's book, or You Need Me, or something like that.
So you got to check out this book. With me, everything is possible. And my boy Ola wrote it, so you got to go get it.
Check it out.
Even Judy promoted the book and was like, you can't wait for this show that's coming out.
Make sure y'all check out thisisyouramerican.com, and this new show is coming to a network near you. You do not want to miss it. Turn up.
The crazy thing in all of this is we never saw any of these shows that they were like filming. So if we never saw a show that was filmed, I don't understand why they thought like it would be a good idea to keep filming more shows, but that's what they decided to do. And one day, Natalie and them announced that they will be having a Bad Boys Club audition. It was gonna be for the new show that we was filming. When they first stopped was gonna be in February 27th through the 28th in Atlanta. She was like, the tour bus is wrapped, come see us. And so many boys was excited for this. Matter of fact, going down that hashtag of the time of Bad Boys USA, it was like taking a trip down memory lane. It was like, oh, I would never forget this. If you went to submit your audition tape, a lot of them got an email saying you have been hand selected to audition for the newest all-male reality show that will be filmed right here in DC. We have selected you out of thousands to come before show the most memorable bad girls from various seasons of Bad Girls Club. And people came out. They was at this big house. It was a line wrapped of people. They had media people out there, people doing interviews.
What's up? I'm Harley, and right now we're still at the Bad Boys audition right now, and I'm with these two gentlemen. Can you guys introduce yourselves for me real quick?
I'm Michael. Hi, I'm Joe, you guys' favorite bad boy.
And where are you guys from?
DC.
DC?
I'm also from Northwest DC, uptown.
Uptown. Harley with RLTV, and I'm checking in right now. How do you think it went?
It went well for me. So
Who was your favorite judge? Who do you think was really vibing with you when you were up there talking?
Flo.
Flo was? What do you think makes you a bad boy?
You see, I can't get my secret up like that.
You gotta tell me something.
Well, what makes me a bad boy is basically I live by my own standards, and whatever I do, I expect people to follow lead, and if they don't, then that's them.
What made me want to audition was it would help me change my attitude, because my attitude, I'll go from like 0 to 10 in like 10 seconds. Well, I lost my job at McDonald's one day, and I only been there for 3 days. A customer had threw french fries back in my face, so I went and punched him in the face.
So we've literally been filming all day, but it's something that I love to do. But we're shooting something for the Bad Boys. We don't know what the name is gonna be yet, but people always get to see on Basketball Wives, Bad Girls Club, stuff like that. They always get to see the female perspective of the drama and what's going on.
Yeah.
We want to know what happens in a mansion with Bad Boys.
But can you tell me a little bit about the show and what you guys were shooting?
We're not supposed to say too much details, but it's along the lines like it's Bad Boys. They've always been like our Bad Girls Club and stuff like that. So basically this is going to be for boys. They've been asking for it for like a really long time, and it's about that time.
Ever since I first got on Bad Girls Club, and when Natalie came to me with this idea, I told her we've been telling each other, let's do a Bad Boys Club type thing.
Right.
For years.
But that might not be the name. But
no, that's not going to be the name.
Yeah.
But the point is, obviously, everything's in works in progress. But the way shit turned out today, it was beautiful. Like everybody, this show is going to happen.
Right.
It's going to be a show about guys.
And for the people who was like, damn, I didn't get a chance to audition, Natalie did say, I will be holding 5 more casting calls for Bad Boys USA in 5 different cities: New York, Chicago, LA, San Fran, and Atlanta. So everything seemed like it was going well. So much so it felt like production would be get to going. Natalie stated 700 Bad Boys sent bios for the plot. It's down to 50 now. Executive producer meeting today. And there they go, none other. There they go on that patio eating breakfast, discussing who's gonna be the plot. But everything was good to go. It was gonna be Bad Boys USA. The first season was gonna be filmed in DC. And not only that, it's a trailer out there now. Oh, I could not find this trailer. I done scrubbed this internet down trying to find that trailer. But basically, it was gonna be a promo style show. Sort of like what you see on Zeus Network now. But it was a promo style show, and it was gonna be rebranded to Bad Boys USA. And I'll never forget in the promo, it was driving, and it was like, we're going city to city to catch the bad boy. And it was this one boy in the trailer. He was like, I'm sleeping with a married couple. I started sleeping with the husband, then I started sleeping with the wife. If I'm lying, God, strike me down at this moment. Because I'm not lying. Yeah, it was a whole trailer and stuff. Now, the man, Olaf from LAA Media, he did come out and make a tweet. And he said, it comes to our attention that one of our Bad Boys USA promo demos videos got leaked. We would really appreciate that any contestant or future contestant not post anything from that video. Screenshot, logos, videos, etc. It's a demo storyboard and was not meant for the public. Thank you. So somehow that got leaked. And viewers like me weren't supposed to see it, but we saw it. Now, after that, what happened? Well, I don't know.
Well, I don't know.
Everything just kind of vanished. It was no more talk about Bad Boys Club. It was no more talk about the things happening. And people started coming forward saying it was a scam. They were saying stuff like, you had us out there all day and we had to pay all this money for an application fee, pay money and stuff to audition, yet it's no show coming out here.
So Natalie Nunn, back in 2014, you hosted a Bad Boys audition and charged them $25 to $50 just to submit a casting. I have all the receipts of all the boys that were doing green screens for this casting because I used to be behind the scenes doing some tea work. I've been doing this shit, so put some respect on my motherfucking name. This was the house that it was filmed in. It was Sarah, Flo, Judy, and Natalie hosting the auditions with a production company at the time that wasn't really known, and the project got scrapped. So she just left that project and moved on to other projects. Here's some of the paperwork, just so y'all know that this is not bullshit. This was actually a real casting call that she hosted back in 2014, 2015. This was Bad Boys USA. Yeah.
They were really upset when fast forward, 5, 6, 7 years later, and you look up and now Zeus Network is doing an official version of Bad Boys Club. Basically the same moves that we got to create Baddies is kind of mimicking the same moves that we got to create Bad Boys Club. Because at first it was Judy, Flo, Sarah, and Natalie. They was all on board being the judges, getting the ball rolling. But the Bad Boys Club, fast 4 years later, Natalie X all them girls out. Now it's her. She's the executive producer this stuff. And when I tell you, literally mimicking the same moves about how Baddies came about, if you remember, Baddies originally started as the little Bad B reunion on OnlyFans, right? So before that even, well, while that was in process or while that was still going, she was like Bad Boys Club Atlanta Audition. And she was like, you know, come and apply for the Bad B reunion. We're gonna do the Bad Boys reunion on OnlyFans, and we're going to Mexico, so have your passport ready and audition. And I noticed in the trend of they have the habit of like having people apply or audition for a show that's not really set in stone or made yet, just a plan and a vibe, child. But it was real quick. You had to catch it because she was like, you have 29 minutes from this moment to apply and submit a video of yourself, and then we're gonna meet you at a secret location to do your audition. What? Same with Baddies. It was all these girls at first coming together to film the show, and as soon as Natalie got the chance, she X'd them out and became the sole executive producer. And as much as I want to talk about Natalie with that, I do kind of have to say that's y'all dumb fault, because why y'all keep trusting this woman, I don't know. She must sell it really good for them, because you know, it's like, fool me once, shame on you, fool me twice, shame on me. But anyways, we get to the first season of Bad Boys Club, but a lot of people are feeling like this is a predetermined cast. Natalie casted a whole bunch of people that she already knew when there was a thing where you could go apply for the Bad Boys Club. Once Zeus announced that they was doing the official Bad Boys Club thing, they told people, you know, go apply, tell us your name and stuff. But then when you look at the official cast, you got William the Baddest, who just been around in the Hollywood scene just for being a troll. You know, he was that dude from Catfish.
Like around town, slut walk a few times.
Anthony, who was best friends with Natalie. Kurt Franklin's son, when she was going viral at the time. Gutter, who was well known for another Bad Boys Club. Put a pin in there, it's coming, it's coming. Alon Christopher, who's from Love and Hip Hop. Darrell, Where the Money Reside. The I'm Not Gay No More boy. Curtis, in which we know he was there because he was sleeping with Natalie. And Moolah, who, you know, I think he used to have a podcast. He used to interview Natalie and stuff. Side note, let me show y'all how Moolah was lying, because I'm gonna show y'all two clips, okay? And in one clip, you're gonna see him say, ooh, I didn't even want to be a part of Bad Boys Club. I was just joking, I was just laughing. But the other clip I show you, I'm gonna be like, it sounds like you want to be a part of the show.
She's like from original Bad Girls. You know who Natalie Nunn is? Yeah. So, you know, I interviewed her on my station, I want to say like 2 years ago. And during that interview, like I got on her live, and it was a whole bunch of like, it was a lot of females, and they're like, oh, he look good, you should put him on Bad Boys. But at this time, mind you, it's never been a Bad Boys. This is the very first Bad Boys LA. You know, we used to watch Bad Girls Club back in the days, and we used to be like, I wonder when they gonna have a Bad Boys Club. So I was in the studio just messing around. I was like, let me send in a casting tape, just being funny. Mm-hmm. I wasn't serious about being on the show. I was just like being a comedian in the studio. So I ended up sending the casting tape in, but Natalie had already told me that she was gonna put me on the show like years ago. So when I sent the casting tape in, and I was joking, and you know, they did like, you know, with the CEOs and everybody, they pretty much did like a vote. And so they wanted me on the show, and I made the first season of Bad Boys LA.
I was feeling some type of way because I felt like I was supposed to be in there. I feel like Moolah's supposed to be on there. That's how I feel.
Well,
so
show
I'm
me
like,
some Moolah. Okay, so Moolah, tell me your name, where you're from, and your age.
Listen, hold on. We gonna set that up. We gonna set that up another time. But you know, I feel like when I seen that, I'm like, come on, I ain't gonna, no shade though, but it was a lot of corny dudes that was sending videos.
So
it was a lot of corny dudes. I'm sorry.
This is what we did. Rightfully so, Moolah. This is what we did. We decided to interview a small group of guys while we were in Atlanta. And I didn't have much say. I kind of started because, again, we're all kind of trying to come together and let each other do what we got to do. I didn't pick those guys. I didn't even know them. One of the other girls held the casting the day before and brought those guys to the to meet all of us, and we filmed it. I finally, after a week, said, all right, girls, in a group chat or on a Zoom call, look, we're gonna all just pick one guy. That's what
one. Come on, only one guy.
Well, because we can only have 7 guys in a house. Okay. So all of the girls, instead of it seeming, because it's always my fault, Moolah. Everything is Natalie. They said, oh, okay. Let me back up like 5 feet because these bitches is just gonna keep blaming me. Right. So I addressed it as this. Every single one of us pick our favorite bad boy. I don't care where he's from. If you found him in London, we will fly him from London. Each one of us is gonna pick one boy. Okay. So that's where we're at with the bad boys. Now, The only
Not
other
to
part
cut you off, I feel like we gotta tell them Moolah is now entered in this because some of them dudes is corny. It's always the corny dude on the show. It's like
I can tell you this too, Moolah. I'll tell you this also. The Bad Boys show that we're gonna do as of right now is looking like Miami. Now, right. And so I need if everyone is picking one guy and they're representing us. So like if I pick Moolah, you're representing me.
That's a fact.
For this OnlyFans season.
Moolah, it sounded like you wanted to be on the show. It sounded like you wanted to be a part of the cast. I hate people that, you should play it. No, you was very persistent. Them boys are corny. You need to put Moolah on the show. You wanted to be on the show. That's okay, but this interview, I let that interview ride out, show all that clip because that was done before the official season 1 cast was premiered, and that was when Natalie was talking about the OnlyFans process, and she was also talking about the process of the secret audition and how, they had like a little people who they was eyeing, but they had not had the official cast because the OnlyFans season didn't go, and then we fast forward to the, season 1. And then Dylan was just the person like, we don't know him. Here, this is the person to make it seem like this process was legit. We said we was gonna cast somebody that we knew. Dylan was just here. And we get to this season, it's just a lot of stuff going on. It's a lot of, now I'm not gay no more. He didn't want to do the show no more. He like Zeus didn't cut his check. This side mad because it's gay people on the show because it's a Bad Boys Club. It was a mess. It was a lot going on. But then afterwards, we never got a reunion, which was weird to some people because you got a lot of people in this cast who was out back home going all saying, when I see you at the reunion, it's on site. There's a lot of aggression and testosterone ready to be released. So I wonder why Zeus would cancel it. I have a theory, but just wait. Now Milan, he did get kicked off of the Zeus network and then he did go on to create his own Bad Boys Club world. Even Zeus released a statement and it was like, the Zeus network has been made aware that Milan Christopher has issued a casting call for a show called Bad Boys Atlanta. This show is not affiliated with Zeus, and the use of the Bad Boys name in connection with this project is a violation of Zeus' exclusive intellectual property rights. Zeus must protect the use of its intellectual property, and as a result, Zeus has issued a cease and desist to Mr. Christopher pertaining to his unauthorized use of Zeus trademark and other rights. Okay, Zeus with these big words.
Can you say magnetic?
Furthermore, Mr. Christopher contract, as well as the contract for Rio and Moolah Mo with Zeus, contains an exclusivity period provision in which they agreed they would not appear on another reality television program until June 2023 without first obtaining Zeus' written permission. Accordingly, Mr. Christopher, Rio, and Moolah are not permitted to appear on another reality series at this time. We apologize for any confusion, yada yada yada, and tune into Baddie South. Period. But then he started going off on Natalie saying like, how you gonna be mad at me when you did the same thing I did? You stole Bad Boys Club from another crib.
Bitch, you can't sit and be mad because I did a motherfucking Natalie Nunn to Natalie. Bitch, you did the same shit. You weird ass, long chin ass bitch. You can't get mad that I'm doing the same thing that you did to Oxygen and to everybody else. Bitch, you can't get mad, ho. You didn't come up with Bad Boys Club. Bitch, it was a Bad Boys Club on YouTube 8 seasons in. Bitch, you didn't come up with shit.
Now let's take that pin out I was talking about with Gutter. Now Gutter is known from a previous show, a Bad Boys Club that was made by Gemini Films. More specifically, the creator of Gemini Films is Karan Wilson.
I think it's important for y'all to understand that Bad Boys Club was created by a guy named Karan on Gemini Films 8 years ago, okay? Gemini Films Bad Boys Club is on their 8th season. They're on their 8th season. It's been on the fucking internet for years. Natalie never, ever created that show. And that's why they didn't trademark it. That's why they didn't LLC it. That's why they don't have no rights to anything.
Now, Gemini Film Bad Boys Club show goes back way beyond what I started talking about with the whole BGC USA scam that Natalie was doing. They have been on the YouTube scene creating the Bad Boys Club, spin-off shows, Gemini Films have been working their behinds off when it comes to this whole Bad Boys Club franchise. And to do this stuff on YouTube, bravo, because you have to keep in mind, you have a crew and production and stuff like that, they're not getting paid unless it's from YouTube. And the YouTube check is probably, if it's not, I'm not gonna say it's not bad, but it's probably not enough to feed a whole production crew. When the first season of Bad Boys Club was, now people just assumed, or they thought like, hey, would you help bring on Gemini Films in some sort? Like, are they gonna get a producing credit? Are they gonna be here? Like, what's up? Paid it dust, didn't say nothing to them. And I did get a chance one day just to watch his show, his version of Bad Boys Club, and it was produced well. I think he put all the new shows on Patreon, which I don't blame him. Listen, this stuff costs money. I don't blame him. Now, the owner of Gemini Films, Karan, he did put out a final statement this year about Gemini Films. He was just like, hey, everyone, I've given a lot of thought, and basically after whatever air, he's not doing no more shows and no more projects after the Bad Boys air. He said so many things played a part in this bliss that's break, constantly working his behind off and having opportunities taken away. False promising from these celebrities / networks, people stealing his idea, his work, toxic viewers and their comments, toxic cast members, overworking himself and not getting anywhere in the film industry. It feels like I'm a hamster on the wheel running in the same place. So in order for me to grow, I need to find myself, figure myself out, and maybe even begin therapy. I have no clue what this journey will take me on, but hopefully things will work out better for me. This is the first time I'm putting my mental health first, and I'm terrified, but I know if I don't, I might not be here. It's very important, and I hope everyone understands. And listen, let me be the first to just give you your flowers and give you your credit. If you ever see this video, Karan, you really have held it down in the YouTube spaces for a lot of people to find and reflect themselves in these type of shows. And I can only imagine how toxic that industry was, but just know like your impact could never be undone. Like you did a really good job, and to that, you should always and forever be proud of yourself. But let's go back to Zeus Bad Boys Club, because although they did not have a reunion for the first season, they still brought it back for a second season, and they still had like an audition show. Now this audition show, it featured, you know, some of the previous Bad Boys from the first season. Same format as the rest of the baddie shows. Walk in, try to get a ticket, pre-screen, main screen with Jonathan and Blueface. And they kind of pulled the same format. They had a predetermined cast that was gonna put on there. A whole bunch of other people who, in my opinion, they just really didn't have a personality to hold down a show if it's not for them fighting. That's my truthful opinion. I don't wanna see y'all play football. I'm sorry. That's just my opinion. They just wasn't entertained. And once again, Zeus did not give them a reunion for the Bad Boys Club, even though all of them was ready to show up and fight, Now here's my theory as to why Bad Boys never got a reunion. A lot of people saying because they were too aggressive and they were coming in with too much animosity. I think Zeus would have found the way to capitalize that. I think Zeus just realized you guys are just not worth the hassle. You got a lot of egos showing up thinking they're gonna get overpaid. We're not gonna pay y'all that much. Zeus make a good dime from baddies and all that's going on, so they'll cut that check. For the Bad Boys, I'm not saying people don't tune in, but if y'all talking about some, this just in my head, if y'all talking about some, I'm not showing up to the reunion unless I get okay, but we just not gonna film the reunion. People are gonna be just okay. All we have to do is just put the new trailer out for the next season. The baddies, they're gonna look over there, and then when it's time to cast for Bad Boys season 3, it's still gonna be people that show up to the reunion. I mean, not the reunion, it's still gonna be people that show up to the audition. It's still gonna be people that wanna be a part of this, and we'll get to it when we get to it, but I feel like it's just not it just wasn't a priority for them. Like, look at Bobby, I Love You. They got a reunion because they probably took the check and y'all knew y'all wrong. Come here, do what y'all do. These Bad Boys are already doing too much. The show probably didn't pull in the ratings that we need to pull it in, and we're not gonna overpay y'all for a reunion. So it just won't happen. Now, Natalie has stated that she will be bringing back a Bad Boys season 3, but I think it's gonna be like the Jocelyn Hernandez effect. Right now, their main priorities is baddies. Right now, their main priorities is baddies going wild or baddies next generation. Their main priority is that. And when they feel like getting to the Bad Boys, when they feel like dealing with you men, they will get to y'all. But that's just my 2 cents. I just thought it would be a cool little fun video just to go down the history of Bad Boys Club and like the before, the after, and where we are now. It's always funny just seeing a ripple effect of things happen. But let me know what you think about this video. Did you find anything new? Do you feel like it was a scam, or do you feel like, hey, you know, that's just the show business, you got picky, didn't get put? And how do you feel about Zeus Bad Boys Club? How do you feel about them never getting a reunion? How do you feel about them potentially doing a season 3? Put that all in the comment section below, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.